I was about to divorce my wife. Yes, the papers were ready, the decision was final, and my heart had already moved on. But then, one evening, I overheard something that changed everything. I was just about to open the door when I heard her voice, soft, trembling. "But I'm dying," she said. "I don't even know how to tell him." My heart froze. Her friend whispered, "You have to tell him sooner or later." My wife replied, "Tell him what? That I have cancer? That the doctor said I only have a few months left? What's the point? He doesn't even look at me anymore." I felt my knees weaken. Cancer? My wife? No, that couldn't be true. I don't know how long I stood there, frozen at the door. When I finally walked in, her friend quickly left. That night, as she served dinner, I looked at her, really looked at her. She had grown thin. Her once shiny hair looked dull. Her cheeks were hollow, her smile weak. Was she really dying? And that's when guilt hit me. Hard. For months, I had been distant, cold, even cruel. I'd been planning to leave her for another woman, Linda. That night, I made a decision. I was going to end it with Linda. No more divorce. No more lies. If my wife was dying, then I'd be there for her, till her last breath. After dinner, she went to wash the plates. I followed her quietly, still lost in thought. "I'll do it," I said, taking the sponge from her hand. She protested, but I insisted. That night, I reached for her in bed. She resisted. She wasn't used to this side of me anymore. It had been so long. I didn't even know how to apologize. But I swore to myself that from that night on, I would be a better man. The next morning, I woke up early and made her breakfast. She stared at the tray, confused. "You cooked?" she asked. "Yes," I smiled. "You deserve it." She smiled, a real smile, for the first time in months. I drove her to work. That afternoon, I came back to pick her up. She couldn't believe the change in me. I couldn't bring myself to tell her that I knew she was dying. I didn't want to make her sad. I just wanted her to feel loved again. That day, I called Linda. I told her it was over. She screamed, cursed, cried, but I didn't care. My wife was my world again. The next few weeks were heaven. We laughed again. We cooked together. We went shopping, took walks on the beach, watched movies at the cinema. The glow slowly came back to her cheeks. Even her nagging, the little things that used to annoy me, disappeared. It was like we had fallen in love all over again. At night, I'd lie awake beside her, watching her sleep. And I'd whisper to myself, "If this is how our last days together are meant to be, I'm grateful." Then one evening, I decided it was time. I was going to ask her about the cancer. But before I could, her friend came over again. While my wife was in the bedroom getting dressed, I overheard them talking. And that's when the truth hit me like lightning. They weren't talking about hospitals or doctors. They were talking about a play, a drama presentation for work. My wife wasn't dying. She was playing the role of a cancer patient. I just sat there stunned. My chest felt tight, my throat dry. All that guilt, all that panic, all that love I'd rediscovered because of a misunderstanding. When she came out of the room, smiling, I didn't say a word. I just walked up to her and hugged her. She looked surprised. "What's this for?" she asked. "For everything," I whispered. She didn't know what I meant. But I did. Because in those few weeks, I had learned something priceless. I had learned what it meant to truly love someone, to cherish them, to give your best, not because you're afraid to lose them, but because they deserve it while they're still here. I don't know whether to laugh, cry, or thank God for the second chance that misunderstanding gave me. It saved my marriage. It saved me. Sometimes we don't realize what truly matters until we think we might lose it. So love deeply. Act kindly. And appreciate the people around you before it's almost too late. Appreciate, act, love before it's almost too late. Subscribe, like, share, comment. Love always wins.